What's up, everybody? Chase here, back at you again, and today we're talking about something a little bit different. Formula 1 2023, the video game. According to Metacritic, which we all know is the most reliable video game rating metric,
No.
the series has been on a decline since the release of F1 2020, and that's even before the merger with EA in February of 2021, so that's not even the big thing to blame here. So, what do I believe that they can do to get the Formula 1 racing game franchise back on track? Well, here are 5 things that I think that F1 2023 can do to win back the fans. Here's an easy and slam dunk one that would easily make a lot of people happy. Remove the stupid F1 life and the Supercars. Nobody wanted that. It just feels like a waste of development time and resources, and that's what really stinks of EA's money grabbing tactics is why would I want to spend real money to make my driver look good out of car when there's literally nothing that you do outside of the car? Looks like they put more effort into getting better gear for outside of your car than helmets and gloves, which is something I'll talk about later, but just super annoying. And again, nobody asked for the supercars. I have like 9 supercar tokens left over after I've bought all of the possible supercars, so it's just a dumb thing that I think that they could eliminate and win fans over in a heartbeat. I actually just mentioned it before, but better race gear. The selection of helmets and gloves is abysmal, and I know they're trying to push you to purchase the Podium Pass, but a lot of those don't have good designs either, and the Podium Pass is its own flawed system, but that was in there even before EA, so I'm not going to go off about that too hard. Everything has a battle pass nowadays, whether you like it or not, but give you the option for better gear, more, I don't know, iconic helmet designs. I know it's really hard to get licensing for sponsors and all of that, but you don't have to have them with all the sponsors, just close enough. Or even the ability to edit your own helmet. I mean, heck, in Tony Hawk's Underground in like 2003, you could make your own pro deck, and you're telling me in a Formula 1 game for PlayStation 5, I can't edit my own helmet? I'm stuck to these boring presets? And same goes with gloves. They're all just bad, and it's never really good enough. And also, you know what, why I'm ranting about this, let me select team colors. I'm a driver for Red Bull. Let me have Red Bull blue on my gloves so they're not just slightly off and look weird. So I just think they need better race gear in general. Here's one that's a bit of a hot button issue as well, because they used to have it and removed it, and that's historic cars. They used to have the old F1 cars, which were a joy to drive in spectacular events, which are now just taken up by those boring sports car events that, again, nobody wanted to drive sports cars in an F1 game. If we wanted to do that, we'd go play Gran Turismo or Forza. We want to drive F1 cars, so bring back the historic V12s, all Mick Schumacher's cars, freaking Senna's cars. Those were amazing to get to go and drive and learn more about the sport for people who are just getting into it. I'm happy they still have F2 cars, but that's a limited option as well. So, you know, it would be really nice to have more of the history of the sport being accessible to drive in the Formula 1 game. So this one might be a bit more personal, but I want a more in-depth single-player career. I am not good enough to bust out the racing rig I have over there and compete in online races, leagues, or tournaments. Flat out not good enough yet. But I do enjoy the single player career. And a few years ago, they did something different by bringing in an actual story mode, and I really enjoyed that. It seemed like the run of these sports games trying to actually have a story mode. I know Madden did it, FIFA did it, and F1 did it, and I actually enjoyed all of those experiences personally because it gave a bit more context to it. Because playing these sports games, I'm creating these stories in my head, but it's nice to, you know, kind of have one catered to you. And if you're not going to go down that route, just put a little bit more effort into the single player story, because, you know, there's no real difference between when I'm like the driver owner of a team or just the driver. I even missed the freaking Will Buxton interviews that we used to have in previous games that would change your acclaim level. It just seems like there's none of that in F1 2022, and I really hope they bring that back, because I enjoyed that to, you know, shake it up between races instead of hopping race to race. I like those events to break up the monotony. And before you trolls get in there and say, oh, the monotony of racing in your racing game, yeah, I get it, but like, these races are long and your ass hurts, so you just need a little bit of a break between races. Last but not least, this one kind of pissed me off the most. When they have alternate liveries in the game for a short amount of time and remove them, why? Just add them and have them as an option. It was so frustrating when Red Bull had that amazing white alternate livery and you could only use it in the game for like a week. It's so maddening. You already have it in the game, leave it in there for the players. And while I'm at it, I want the historic and alternate liveries for all of the teams. Let me use McLaren's Golf livery from a few years ago. You have it in the files, just let me put it on there. It's not too difficult. I know I'm not a game designer, but if all of these other companies and racing games will let you put all of these different liveries on different cars, I don't see it being too difficult. And I know there's sponsorship rights and issues, but come on, it's been done in the past, and I don't see it being too much of an issue going forward, especially ones where it's just like Red Bull but a white version of it, or even like the pink Alpine in the blue Alpine. Give me the option to pink between the two of them, because I'm obviously going to choose the pink one, but give me the option. Heck, it would be amazing if I could go back and be the Force India version of Aston Martin. Let me go back and be Braun GP. It would be really cool, and again, teach more people about the history of the sport, being like, oh, where did this livery come from? Why is Mercedes this team? Why does this have this option? Why does Aston Martin have like 19 different options? Because they've been sold a lot. It would just be more interesting, and I think a big and easy dub to the fans if you gave us alternate and historic liveries. So what did you guys think of what I want and what I would think would make F1 23 a better game? We all know I'm not an EA shill because I ain't on that mailing list to get a copy of the game yet. So until that day comes, I will criticize them. And EA, if you want to send me a copy of the game, I will be your #1 fan and just say everything is okay. I'm totally kidding. I'm not that easy to be bought. It takes a little bit more work than that. Ask my ex-wife. But I would love to know what you guys think about my stuff in the comment section down below. Let me know what you think would make F1 23 a better game while you're down there. And you know, while you're hanging out down there, hit that like button and that subscribe button. It really helps out around here. Make sure to share this video around with your gaming and F1 friends. And until next time, I've been your host, Chase Morocco. I'll see you guys later. Yeah, I just realized I'm wearing a Pato Award shirt. I should have said something wild like, add IndyCar.